Last day in the month of July 2023. Yes, it's about 7 minutes past 12. I hope that you're doing well. Hope you had a very great weekend. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I'm excited to be here with you. Well, because it's the end of the month. Thank God for life. Thank God for how far He has brought us to. And of course, for helping us to see the last episode for this month. Well, the first for this week, but the last for this month. I'm talking about Big Question. Yes, we're super excited to be here with you this afternoon. My name is Rose Official. Like I said earlier, you're welcome to the Big Question right here on Women Radio, WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. All right, Big Question is a program where we discuss and propose solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. The big question comes to you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12:05 p.m. So do well to join the conversation by contributing or reacting to the big question. You can call us up on 07000 917 917. Do well to send a text or a WhatsApp message to 070 All right, you can also send your contributions to our social media platforms Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WFM917. Or better still, log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Listen to us live from any part of the world when you log on to that website. All right, once again, you're welcome to the big question. And of course, it's about 8 minutes past 12 right here on Women Radio 91.7. So, today on the big question, we'll be looking at female inheritance or customary laws. All right, female inheritance and customary laws is our topic for today. Now, the customs and some culture relating to the status of women in Nigeria and inheritance rights are repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. Now, these customs ought to be reviewed and amended. Critical stakeholders in Nigeria must come to terms with the fact that women and girls deserve a better deal. They have proved wrong the erroneous notion imposed by patriarchy that women are inferior to men when gender equality is not just a human rights issue, it is essential for the achievement of sustainable development and a peaceful, prosperous society. So you would agree with me that you have seen cases where women are being taken out of inheritance if there's no will to it. They're being stopped from inheriting any kind of property from maybe parents or grandparents, and so on. I'm sure that you must have heard of such cases. So today, like I said earlier, I'll be looking at female inheritance and customary laws. And to discuss this with me today is Orena Ago. All right, Orena is our guest for today. Good afternoon, Orena. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate having you on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get on to it. Now let's start by asking, what is the role? What is women's role in inheritance? Do we even have a role first of all? And if we do, what is the role in the role of women in inheritance?
Well, in the Yoruba customary law, the both male and female can inherit, even if there's a will or there's no will. But the Igbo customary law,
Yeah.
in a condition where the person dies without a valid will, everything goes to the male. If there's a male there, if there's no male, then the man's relatives will shock on and latch on all property. Yeah, so for women in the Igbo culture, if there's no will, just forget about it. Just hope you're doing very well for yourself.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait for any
time. All right. So now you just told us about two or more of different cultures of how they get to see women when it comes to inheritance. But when we look at it, overview of it as an African woman, do you even think that we have a role to play when it comes to inheriting properties?
We actually do have the rule because there's some family that is only female, right? And you've been a child parent for so long, and then you've obviously maybe at old age also helping the parents, and then the mom dies, the dad dies, usually the father. And then you wake up and you see everything in the house you guys grew up in has been taken by your father's brother. I honestly wish that every single parent, male, should have a will. Because, okay, what if the son dies? Something, and there's only girls. It's very tragic.
Okay.
What's going on? Like, for example, my own family, there are 4 girls and a boy. And we had a meeting, and my sister flew over from abroad and came in. And they're asking, does he have a will? He said, no, he doesn't have a will. And so they asked, so all your houses in Lagos, Abuja, Owerri, what's going to happen then? And he said it's going to be for the only child, the only boy. And we're all starting, And we're like, why? Why should it be like that? It's like we're insignificant. And I honestly don't know why. I try to ask, but I can't get a valid reason why when a parent dies, the inheritance of property and other things just go straight to the will.
All right.
It's very bad for the Igbo culture.
All right, thank you very much for that, Irena. We sincerely appreciate you. Irena is a lawyer and a woman counselor. All right, so now, but do you think that a female, a woman, or rather, let me leave it at a female child, should inherit her father's property? Do you think that we should also inherit our father's property as a female?
Absolutely. I mean, even if it's a plot of land, they should divide it among the children if they're around. Then talk of if you have like houses everywhere, and you have 6 children, and you have 5 girls and a boy. I mean, come on, there's nothing absolutely wrong there. But like I said, if there is no will that the man writes down, then automatically it goes to the male child. If there's no male child, then the family and the people will fight for it or just take it from me.
Okay. All right. So now, why do you think we have gender inequality when it comes to inheritance? Because not just in the Igbo culture, I'm from the north also, and there's a place I know of in the north where women don't even count as children. So when they're counting how many children a man has, and let's say he has like 3 sons, he has like 2 daughters, all they just come to say is that he has 3 children, and those are male children. So they don't even count the women as part of his children because they believe that she'll get married and she'll leave the house, so she doesn't even belong there in the first place, and all of that. So they only count the male children as the man's children, all right, or the children of that family. So now when they come to inherit or they come to share, inheritance and all of that, they don't even bring the women, they don't even make them involved at all. It's just the men or the boys in the family that they call to go ahead and do so. So now when you look at it, you would definitely see that there's gender inequality when it comes to that. So how or why do you think we have that in a society like ours? And moreover, this is 2023 and we are still talking about this. So why do we have this gender inequality that we're all trying to fight in every aspect of our economy, including inheritance? Why do we have this?
I think it's a simple thing that they say that, okay, when a woman gets married, she goes and she answers the guy's name. So if, example, I'm a man, Mr. John, and I have girls, so I assume in my head that all the girls are going to answer another person's name, and then my name, Mr. John, will disappear. So if I have a son, then my Mr. John will stay and succeed. There will be a succession, Mr. John, Mr. John, Mr. John.
Yeah.
So in this part of the world, Africa at large, is very, very bad. But I'm sure, like the Yoruba culture, they've opened up. You know, even if there is no will, the kids, the children will first inherit his property. That's how it is. So there is no debate on it. It's on this southeastern region that is the real problem. Where women are marginalized, they make you look like we don't bring anything to the table, we don't offer most of the homes. So if you check it, the women are more hardworking and more valuable, they add more value to the family than the men. You know, for example, so many parents when they start getting old, it's the woman that will leave everything and come and
True.
The father or the mother. But the man, wherever he won't bother, you know, they need to really think about it again. Or we have to wait for all our forefathers to die first. We'll now bring it up again. Because I don't know, it's really terrible, honestly. It's terrible.
All right, hopefully we get to a place where, we get to have, we don't even get to talk about this because it's going to be a norm in our society. Hopefully we get there. All right, so let's look at what role does culture get to play when it comes to women participation in inheritance? Because often at times we hear, oh, it's tradition, it's culture, it's our culture, it's part of our tradition not to allow women inherit anything. So what's the role of culture and how can we go out? Because if you look at it, traditions are made by men. Yeah. So when it gets to a particular point, they actually, try to change it to suit the current situation. So if that is the case, why can't we do something about the cultures or the traditions to see that there's also equity when it comes to that? So what role do you think culture and tradition play in terms of women participation in inheritance?
Right now, the role that culture is playing is the same as the marginalization. And like, as you said, it's the men that create this culture. So we have to start with the men in the tradition. If they can agree and see that, male and female, they're not the same. One is male, one is female, but they contribute to the same in the family. And besides, if you look at it, women do more contribution to the family. So if there's anything to inherit, it should be shared equally. It's fair. It's fair. It should be something like fair. But you have to start going down the road to talk to the men. And I'm sure in each community, in a village, especially in the Igbo part, these issues are coming up every day. Because I know so many cousins and aunties that have gone to hell because their father did not like to use and his brothers came and took it and they keep saying his culture. When the culture is going to change and transform, we don't know. Right now, the role of culture is terrible on the women.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the bad side of this. Well, before then, this is Women Radio, WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. Now, this is about 21 minutes past 12, and this is the program, The Big Question, where we get to discuss and propose solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. To be a part of the program, you can dial 07000 917 917. Do what to call us up on 07031. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070 317 56537. All right, and we are talking to Orina Agu, and she is a woman. She is a lawyer and a women counselor. All right, and she's talking to us about female inheritance and the customary laws. All right, so now, Orina, let's look at the disadvantage of marginalizing women when it comes to inheritance. So, what are some of the disadvantages of doing this so that we could make people aware that, okay, however you want to go about this, there are bad sides to this. So, what are some of those bad sides?
The bad side for the women is that, let's say, example, you get married to a man and he he dies with nothing, just maybe 2 years of marriage.
Yeah.
And then your father has a lot of money, and then he dies. So it's like you're starting from scratch again. And then it's very discouraging to know that your dad, I mean, as a learned person, because most of our generation now are growing, and then you find out that your dad had so much, yet you didn't have anything. I mean, it's in the Bible, when the father goes, you should leave at least something for children. Children are male and female. So it's very, to become a female child now, especially in the Yoruba land, they don't have an issue. But for the Igbo people, it's a very big issue. You feel bad. You just feel terrible if you start going into it. But as somebody that is growing in this world now, you shouldn't even be thinking about your father's inheritance as a woman. Just make yourself better, be valuable, add more value. In the end, you might even have more than what your father is leaving. So, in the end, both men and women are entitled to equal freedom for the full protection of their rights.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Irina. Now let's look at the parts of, the law. Now, where does the law stand when it comes to women inheriting property? I was talking to a colleague of mine this morning, and she told me how after the dad died, the brother went ahead and wanted to take over everything because the father didn't leave a will. So they went to court, and at the end of the day, it was ruled in their favor, and the brother was asked to share those properties equally among all of them as women too. So, where does the law stand when in terms of inheritance, women participating in inheritance?
Women in law stands for both male and female. You have a right to your father's property as a male and as a female. The law is clear, it's open, as far as there's been will there. But if there's no will, then they'll have to fight harder for it.
Okay. So what happened? Go ahead.
Obviously, if there's no son at all, and then there's if there's no son, and there's a man dies, right?
Yeah.
If there's no will, there's a big issue.
Yeah. Okay. So what you said if there's no will. Now if there is no will, so how hard or how far does a woman have to go to claim properties that belong to her father, that maybe the father brothers or her own brothers want to take that away from her? How far does she have to fight, or how far does she have to go?
The female child, if there's no will, she can't really fight as much as, unless she has legal ground, like maybe she contributed to buying some of the property or something for her father. Then she'll be able to get something. It will be easier.
Okay. All right then. Thank you very much, Orena, for being a part of the program. We do appreciate having you today on The Big Question.
Thank you, Madam.
All right. Have a great day ahead and enjoy the rest of the week.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye. All right, so that's Orena Agwo, and we have just spoken about female inheritance and customary laws. All right, and she is a lawyer and a woman counselor. All right, so hopefully we get to a point where we don't get to keep talking about this, at least to a very large extent, will make it a norm in our society. All right, so now disempowering women, who constitute about 50% of the Nigerian population, is counterproductive to the development of our society. The impediment to the enforcement of the rights of women to inheritance that abound in different states of the federation should be removed to pave way for their efficacious and effectual enforcement. Government at all levels, NGOs, members of civil society should rally to the assistance of oppressed women and widows who lack access to justice. Traditional rulers, too, especially in many of the southern states, should carry out effective mass enlightenment in their respective localities on the importance of upholding women's inheritance rights. All right, so hopefully all of this is being carried out, especially for our traditional rulers, also because it actually starts from there. So a very big special thank you to our guest for today, Orena Ago, a lawyer and a woman counselor. All right, and a very big special thank you to you also for tuning in and listening to the big question. The big question will come to you again on Wednesday at 12:05. All right. Thank you to the producer of the program, Chinyere Timothy Crown, and the executive producer, Tomo Okewale Shonaya. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Do have a blessed day ahead. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7.